walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Wish you the best on your journey. Last time I saw you, lady, last time I saw you, we were walking other ways. We were walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? Wish you the best on your journey. Wish you the best. Other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Wish you the best in your journey. Last time I saw you, lady, last time I saw you, we were walking other ways, walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? Wish you the best in your journey. Wish you. Walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Wish you the best on your journey. Last time I saw you, lady, last time I saw you, we were walking other ways. We were walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? Wish you the best on your journey. Wish you the best. saw you, lady. We were walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Wish you the best in your journey. Last time I saw you, lady, last time I saw you, we were walking other way, walking other ways. Now listen, ain't it crazy? Ain't it crazy? Wish you the best of your time. Wish you.
What's up, everybody? What's up, community? What's going on? Josh at Woods Collectibles.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. We got a nice little stream, people going. You know, we got the music playing in the background and all that stuff. So it's like a little, pre-show before we get started. But how's it been, man?
It's been good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday indeed. Happy National Comic Book Day. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't think anyone knew it except you. But now we all know.
Now we all know. So happy National Comic Book Day. Let's go ahead and say what's up to the community here, starting with Las Cruces, who was always the first, is usually the first at 12:01 p.m. That's right, at 12 noon, Las Cruces said, hooray. And he returned at 4:16. And just to get one more in at 6:17. So we got that. All right, we got Scotty Vaughn 82. He's gonna have a great show. He's gonna have the guys from Only Slabs in the show, so that's gonna be a phenomenal show, part of the Monday night lineup. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, dude. We are 101 away from 2K.
That's awesome.
Yep, and we just need to get that we just need to get that 101. So yeah. I'm really excited about that. All right. Also, we got Larry Green Machine, like number 2. Hello, everyone. And Las Cruces found Josh. We found him. Look at him. He's been stuck in the woods. As you can see, he still gets lost here. So what's the ultimate goal here, Josh? Are we going to get the beard as big as possible? Or are we just going to see where it takes us?
I'm not really a goals person. I just kind of live my life, so we'll see. Stay tuned.
All right. We also have Wellbore. What's going on, Wellbore? All right, saying what's up to everybody in the chat here. Septic Stream. I don't know it. I didn't know it. I don't know what's going on here. All right.
About National Comic Book Day, probably.
Oh, yes, National Comic Book Day. So today is National Comic Book Day, and we do have comic books to talk about. So we are going to be talking a lot about comic books. I see that the poll is moving firmly. And the poll, if you guys haven't done the poll yet, go ahead to the poll. It's right there in the top of the chat. Is will Aquaman be successful at the box office? We'll see what you guys think. We'll talk a little bit about it later. But of course, we are going to talk a little bit about Aquaman today because there is some spec when it comes to Aquaman. So we have to throw it in there, especially with all the stuff that's going on. And there's a lot more spec that we're going to look at and talk about. So we do have a lot to share, but we are going to do something that we always like to do in our show, and that is giveaways. We got some giveaways. So I decided we talked earlier, and did you get my last message?
I don't know. What was your last message?
Okay, my last message was if you still had a Wonder Woman sketch blank.
Oh, you want me to give away a Wonder Woman sketch?
No, I'm going to take care of that part, but that's the catch. So here's how it's going to work, guys. So, but do you still have one?
I do, but they're not easy to find right now, if you know what I mean.
Okay, but you have one. That means
I have some in my possession. Yeah.
Okay, so I will make sure I will get one from you because So what we're going to do today is going to be really cool. We have comic books that we are going to give to all of you. Well, not all of you. Imagine we give everybody a comic book that's watching.
You get a sketch.
You get a sketch. You get National Comic Book Day, guys. Now, here's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do today is very simple. It's pretty much the same thing we've done in the past. We're going to do the giveaway stream. So you got to put your hashtag in there. We do have some comic books. But if you are a channel member or if you leave a super chat or super sticker of any size, that will qualify you for the ultimate prize, right? So the ultimate prize will be a sketch comic book. You get a sketch comic book by yours truly. And the book we're going to do is Wonder Woman #1. So let's talk about the books that we're going to give away today. You have a book that you're going to share. So you're going to do that a little later, but I'm going to share my books first, okay? Because I gotta share my books, but I got to turn off the green screen or else you're not going to see them properly. So let's turn off the green screen for a second. And the first book is, I had a duplicate, so I figured I might as well get rid of this one. And that is the X-Men homage #1, the Wolverine Cyclops cover. So this is the Alex Ross. I don't even know what comic book it is. Do you know what comic book this is? Because I don't even know.
I don't. The only thing I know is that they're going to make a Disney variant of that art for ASM 39.
Oh, gosh. All right. So we have that one. I also have a little different from a normal stuff, but I have this collector's edition of WandaVision. Look at this book. This is a beautiful book. This is a nice book. All right. So look at all the colorful pages and stuff like that. So this is part of the giveaway. All right. So there's your Marvel stuff. And then we have a nice signed copy of Wonder Woman #1, signed by the writer himself. And where's that signature? Right there. And it will come complete with a COA. It's not Joshua Williamson's TM Nerdy. This is Tom King. So this is a Tom King written. But if you are a channel member, we're also going to throw in the Wonder Woman blank, and you're going to have a sketch to go along with it. So that's going to be today's giveaways. And you have one more. There's one more, right? Don't you have it?
I have one more.
And what's that one more?
True tradition, it's late.
We got to zoom in this
Barry
baby.
Allen, he's always late. I don't even know if you can see it. It's just so reflective. But this is a Flash #1 foil by Raza's the artist here.
Oh, that's
you can see what's in front of me, I guess.
And yes, on your phone.
But we'll be giving this away.
That's so we're gonna be giving away. Wow, that's a big. We got a big show going on here. We got a lot of good giveaways for this one, right?
Yes,
all right.
We do.
So we do all that's going to be part of today's giveaway show. So that's going to be cool. Let's get back to this background because I hate this green. I hate looking at this green screen. So let's go ahead and go back to the Izzy world here. Okay, I see we got some more people that jumped in the stream. So let me see where I left off. So we got here. Let's see. I'm still going back. All right, there we go. We got Black Spiders. What's going on, Black Spiders? All right, Wheelchair Superhero 87. My boy Dirt is in the house. Okay, what else we got? TM Nerdy. We said what's up, TM Nerdy. Hey, Izzy. Hey, Josh. Trev, the shipping guru. What's going on? All right, let's see what else we got here. Who else is in this list? Let's see. We got background noise. My brother wants a drawing too. Well, you know how he could get it. All right, so let's see here. Anybody else that just jumped in? Oh, we got Kenneth Byrne, who won. He won a prize not that long ago, so he's also here. Welcome. And Couch in the Slouch with C Bizzle. What's up, C Bizzle? How you doing, my man? All right, and I think that's everyone. So it is now time. Oh, and again, just a reminder, we are going to be giving away all the money from Super Chats, and Super Stickers are going to go to Comics Curing Cancer. If you leave a Super Chat today or a Super Sticker, you qualify for the sketch cover. Okay, so that's what you'll qualify for. So, Josh, it is time to talk about what's trending today. So let's find out. Okay, so I will admit, looking at this list this week, it was a really odd one. There was some books that I expected, and there were some books I didn't expect. Starting with this one, Heart Attack. What is Heart Attack? Do you know anything about Heart Attack? This thing came out in November 2019.
Never heard of it.
All right, so like all comic books that no one has ever heard of, this was picked up for a live action series.
Okay.
And that's the thing. But I don't know what this is about. The high price right now is $8. This could be one of those sleeper books where at the end of the day, it ends up being the next Walking Dead. I don't know if
Mhm.
a title like Heart Attack, but yeah, okay. In a post-pandemic world, gene therapy has saved Americans from disease, only to give birth to people with powers so unique the government denies their human rights. Okay, so I guess they're gonna play on the pandemic, and that's probably why this book got picked up. So we'll see. Anyway, we got Black Spiders in the house. He gave $5. Fight cancer. That's right. We're on a mission. All right, so $8. I guess if you pick it up, no harm, no foul. Not hurting the bank in this case.
I guess you compared it to Walking Dead, but
But
Walking
Walking Dead
Dead
was
and
that kind of
other
a book, though.
like we'll say like Walking Dead, Invincible, Saga, all of these books, they were still popular within the comics community before they went mainstream. So this one this would have to be like the sleepiest of sleeper hits.
Well, like maybe like a Deadly Class, more like it.
Could be, yeah. I think that's a closer
Better.
comparison.
Yeah, but it is one of those things. So if the show picks up, then the comic book picks up. Isn't that's how that
Yep.
works? So we'll see
Yep.
what happens with that book. All right. Our next book here is a Drawn Quarterly, #Drawn Quarterly. So I guess the book is just called Drawn Quarterly. This book is here simply because one of the creators of the book passed away. So this is kind of like, just paying their respect. So whenever someone passes away, a comic book they worked on, sometimes what ends up happening is that they end up getting a pickup because people want to pick up their books. So this is just one of those books. The artist writer is Joe Matt, who passed away of a heart attack. So, so that's that. That's that book. Another book that's on this list here. This one's one of those oddball books, right? So this is Power Man and Iron Fist 79. Came out back in March of 1982. As you can see here, this book is a dollar bin book at best, right? So it features the first appearance of Professor Justin Alfonsi Gamble, who is a former employee of the Time Variance Authority. Where is the Time Variance Authority from? Where have we heard from these guys?
A little show called Loki.
Yeah. So there is a rumor that the character of Liz Carr will be depicting Judge Gamble, who appears in this comic book.
Yeah, season 2 is coming. Like the marketing for
is like coming
2 is
like soon.
Yeah,
sooner than we think. So again, if you find this book for your dollar bin, pick it up. Why not? It's still considered a key, but it's not like, again, kind of like the other books. Nothing really crazy about the books. You're not going to break the bank on these comics, right? A book that you might need to break a little bit of your bank for is Star Wars Heir to the Empire #1. So we talked about this book numerous times, but we haven't talked about the latest episode of Ahsoka. Ahsoka? Like Ahsoka. We got to say it like that. Like Asuka? No, it's Ahsoka. All right.
I think you're the only one that says it like that.
What did you think about the last episode?
Oh man, it was such a big payoff for a lot of things we've been waiting and wanting to see.
Yeah.
We got live action Ezra. We weren't 100% sure if we were going to get that. And
he was hanging out with the Rock Turtles.
Oh, the new. I mean, who cares about Ewoks? We now have Rock Turtle people. So I think they call it Nodi. But yeah, it was an amazing episode. I'm really looking forward to the last 2 episodes.
So we got Ahsoka Maki. Oh, look who's just joined us. Squishy Potato. Got to keep the Spanish accent. You know it. All right, sorry. Okay, what did you think about our appearance of General Admiral Thrawn?
Yeah, so they got I think his name is Lars Mikkelsen. He played Thrawn he was the voice actor for Thrawn. So it's the same voice, and it's at this point he is Thrawn, you know what I mean? The artist depiction of Thrawn's a little bit different in other Star Wars media that is now Legends. But at this point, this is the definitive version of Thrawn.
Yeah, who happens to enjoy his time in exile, as most people were saying. So he wasn't as slender as they depict them in the animated series. This Throng is aged a bit, and he's had a little some good food while
Yeah, I
being on
mean,
exile.
He put on a few pounds. Ahsoka is a little bit taller. Sabine looks the same, I guess.
Well, Ezra got a beard.
Ezra got to be, yeah. His hair's
You look
long,
like
for sure.
you look like more like Ezra right now.
Hey man, it's a good company to be in.
So this book is Demanding 180. This is one of those books that what do you think the future of this book is? Do you think this book is going to just stay, relevant or anything like that?
So we know that there's a movie coming out that's going to tie everything that Dave Filoni has been doing in live action between Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, all these different shows. We're going to get a movie that's sort of, it seems it's going to be sort of the Endgame version of tying all these different Star Wars shows together, and Thrawn almost certainly has to be at the centerpiece of that. So this book is not going anywhere. It may even go up. Not financial advice, but this may go up.
Yeah. So 180 is a lot for it. Do you think it's worth the price?
Oh, for sure. Now. Like, it's crazy. We were I was on a Whatnot show last week. We were just going through a random unsorted box, and boom, there it was. Someone grabbed it for they grabbed this and another issue in the series for $150. So
nice.
Do some hunting. You never know. You may find this book still.
Do your flea market shopping. You never know what you can find, right?
Yep.
Now here's another book that has multiple first appearance, and it is New Teen Titans Annual #2, featuring the first appearance of Vigilante in costume. So not the first appearance of the character, but in costume. But it also features Lila Michaels, who will eventually become the Harbinger, who's big in Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I think that's part of the reason why this book might have some kick up, because we already seen Vigilante, in Peacemaker. But we also have Cheshire in this book. And Cheshire is a very popular character within the animated community, right? People always seems to like Cheshire. She's a big character within Young Justice. What's your thought about this book? Right now it's demanding about $15. So it's actually, you can pretty much pick it up on the cheap.
Yeah, big print run. Titans was always popular. A lot of people grew up with different versions of Titans, whether it was, the cartoon, Young Justice, like you mentioned, Teen Titans Go. So if you're a little kid now, you're gonna like Teen Titans in the future somehow. So yeah, I mean, I think this is never going to be a major key, but it could be a book that people want.
It's also a great cover, right? Great George Perez cover right there. So
yep.
Right. Okay, so now let's talk about the big guns here. Aquaman 35 came out back in 1967. This is the first appearance of Black Manta. He is going to be front and center in the Aquaman 2 movie. What do you think?
Listen, man, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Captain Marvel and Marvels. What in the world is DC doing? There is no Aquaman book, and there has not been an Aquaman book for a long time. He's not even in the Justice League book because there is no Justice League book. The main superhero team is the Titans. Great for the Titans, but you have a whole Aquaman 2 movie coming out, and there are no Aquaman books. What did they do instead? They said, here's some Aquaman variants for every other book. Who cares? What is going on? Like I don't make up it's all fake, guys. You please don't tell me, oh, because Aquaman, he can't have a story because of X, Y, and Z. It's all made up. Make up a story. Do something.
Well, here's the thing, right? What is the deal with these networks, these companies that are constantly they're hammering out these movies, but at the same time we're not getting anything to track attention, right? So isn't it the idea when a movie comes out, there should be a comic book associated, even if it's an adaptation of it, right? Associated with the movie, whether it's an Aquaman series where it's a one shot, or some Aquaman anthology. Yeah, they could do that. Give us a foil Aquaman cover. They will release some one shots when the movie drops. Okay, so if are they going to give you some one shots? Because the last book was Aquaman, and I remember that came out not that long ago. But sales were
maybe
crappy.
I missed it. And look, every time DC Connect comes out, I sit down and read it front to back. I haven't seen anything coming out. Maybe he's going to be in Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I don't think he's going to be a
well, he should know that
character there.
Godzilla's coming, right? Because Godzilla usually hangs out in the water anyway.
Sure. Maybe Aquaman's he's going to save the day by talking to Godzilla.
Oh, there
Who
you go.
knows? But you're 100% correct. It's like the ABCs of how to make money. You need the comic. You need the action figures. You need the higher end collectibles. You need
the action
posters,
figures are
you
there.
need the novel. You have to have the merchandise coming out in order to make a profit in 2023. You're not going to do it at the box office alone.
That's right. So we
do
17
have the Aquaman
votes.
figures. There are Aquaman Todd McFarlane figures coming out. But
All
where's the comics? Like what's going on?
Hey, there goes Tink Brian. Sorry, no Aquaman emoji. Yeah, there's no Aquaman emoji. Maybe I should put an Aquaman emoji. Let's see if I can add some in there. All right. So But Black Manta, man, he's just one of those characters. He's just a cool character, and it looks like they're gonna go into it big time. What do you think is gonna happen to Mira? I think she gets killed off within 10 minutes.
Yeah, she's either gonna. It does not seem like she's gonna feature very much in the movie. However, that's going to. However, they're gonna manage that. Is that a consequence of her latest legal struggles? Who can say? It seems like DC has really had some bad luck in this area.
Yep. Now let's talk about another Aquaman character that's going to be in the book. Now, this is a book that came out maybe a few months ago. Atlantis Chronicles number 4. I'm sorry. So Atlantis Chronicles number 4 features the first appearance of Kordax, who's an ancestor of Aquaman. They just revealed that he is in the movie for sure. But then it was more of a speculation, but he looks like the stepson of Groot.
Yeah,
in the water.
And like we were talking about the toys, there is a Kordax toy. So they don't give you a toy unless you have a real part in the movie. So yeah, this to me this is like a no-brainer. If you're speculating, it's cheap. He may become the next big Aquaman family character.
But here's the thing with Aquaman. Here's another question. This is the last DCEU movie. Like no matter how you slice it. So whatever happens in this movie, it's kind of like we're done. So what I'm hoping is that James Wan says, "Okay, we're done. I'm doing whatever I want."
Yeah, well, I don't think well, we know for a fact there's not another Aquaman movie coming in any universe for at least 4 years, right? Does that mean he won't make a cameo, either Jason Momoa Aquaman or another version of Aquaman? He could still be around, right? We already know in Superman it's going to have a pretty decent cast of Justice League related characters. So I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule out this character becoming more popular in some way. Like there's different ways that there can be content that gets people excited.
Yeah. All right. So now we got a book that is a classic. And that's Uncanny X-Men 141. This is the classic Days of Future Past Part 1. This is just one of those books that's just, no matter how you slice it, this book will always be relevant. However, as of right now, there's no hype behind it other than the comic book that is currently the run that's going on with Days of Future Past, Doomsday. That's probably the reason why this book is in the list, but this is just one of those books that I think will just continuously pop up here and there because it's such a great story.
Yeah, there is the prequel. They're also releasing a poster with this cover coming soon, so keep an eye out for that.
Well, this is one of those comics that gets homaged a lot, right?
It's also true, yeah.
This is a very homage book. So for 125, I'm shocked that it's actually as low as it is because of its significance. It's been depicted in the movies, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it could be a high print run. I think, yeah, maybe it's room to grow. Maybe.
Yeah. But you're talking about X-Men 1981, right? So even if it was a high print run, it's still not a super high print run. You know what I mean? And in a good condition as well. A book in solid condition. So that's a little harder.
Condition's going to be tough for sure. But in the 80s, a comic is easily going to be, even the unpopular comics are going to be in the 6 digits. Now we talk about Void Rivals getting 150,000. It's like, whoa, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we're crazy. That was normal back in the day. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean by high print run.
All right, so our next book here is the first appearance of the Teen Titans, and that is DC Comics Present 26. This is the first appearance of Raven, Cyborg, Starfire, and Beast Boy becomes Changeling, which now he returns back to Beast Boy. Again, another one of those books where the cover doesn't do much for it, other than tell us on the very top, this is the Teen Titans are being previewed. Now, here's my question for you. We put a lot of slack off of preview comics. Like Amazing Spider-Man with Spider-Man 29. This is the same thing. This is a preview. Now, would you tell me, is this the real first appearance, or would you say Teen Titans #1 is the first appearance? New Teen Titans #1.
I think it is what it is. It's a preview. You may value, it's up to the collector, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you value the preview, then go get the preview. If you'd rather have the first full appearance, I wouldn't call it first full appearance for me. So, but again, it's up to you as a collector. You buy what you want. For me, for example, I have no regard for a first appearance that's part of adapted material. Like I don't care. To me, it's not an original story. It's not the first appearance, really. Yeah. So it's up to you as a collector. But yeah, I mean, again, if you're a hardcore Teen Titans collector, it's not that you're not going to get the book. You just may value it differently.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's a preview, right? Or a cameo or something like that. So that it's clearly saying preview. It says it on the top. So this is, and people, you don't hear people arguing this one. They just they accept it for what it is. So
I mean, in comics you can find someone to argue about anything, really.
That is true. All right, another book here that's on the list is All New Wolverine #1. This is the debut of X-23 in the classic Wolverine costume. So this is where she dons the blue and yellow costume. And I have to say, she does a good job with looking, like she looks great in the costume. This one is, right now it has a high of $30. The speculation is that Daphne Keene will return, right, in Daphne will return in Deadpool. That's another speculation. We know now that the writer's strike's about to be tentatively on halt. It's not officially over, but they're gonna they're working together to make it official. But however, what's the point if there's no actors at the moment? We need the actors, guys. We need the actors. So now Lean Green Machine is telling us that Mira is not doing porn. I don't know if that's true, and I'm not about to find out.
Breaking news.
All right. Tape Prime. I honestly think Mara is dead or dies. Yeah, they gotta kill her off. That's how you do it, man. What's up, Comic Cat Collectibles? How you doing, my man? All right. So this book is just one of those books that, again, in the ever-changing landscape of the Deadpool movie, do you think we're gonna see her in the movie?
It's fine. I can't rule it out. I think everybody's reaction after Logan was, we need more Daphne Keene, right?
I agree.
That's what we all said.
So and the girl's grown now. She's grown.
Yeah, great.
She's definitely she's grown now. So
send her to the tailor. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Maybe we'll get an alternate version of her. The hard part about it is, like, by putting her in the movie, you are taking the Logan story into effect now. So it's a little weird, but we'll see what it is. We got Dr. Von Hoot in the house. Hoot. What's going on, my man? And this is a great cover. I'll admit to that one. Another book that's on this list is a double key. Actually, it's a triple key. Actually, it's a quadruple key. And that is Uncanny X-Men 129, featuring the first appearance of Kitty Pryde, features the first appearance of Emma Frost, features the first appearance of the Hellfire Club in shadow. So it's a cameo, but it's also the start of the Dark Phoenix saga. This book is demanding $350. That's not bad. That really isn't bad for a book of this caliber.
Yeah, for high grade, of course, Yeah, I mean, will it go up?
Yeah,
I don't see it going down, though. I can't.
I will admit it. it's an ugly cover. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not really an attractive cover. It's not one of the best covers I've seen, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's keys for different reasons. Keys for first appearance, keys for covers. This is definitely for the first.
If there's something, it's a key.
Right.
All right. Someone farts in the comic for the first time. That's a key.
It's the first fart.
You know what I'm saying? So
you open the book, you can smell the fart. That's gonna be.
that'd be hilarious. That'd be great. I'm sure that'll be smell a comic. That's gonna happen sooner or later. Well, scratch and sniff, right?
This is basically.
Yeah, scratch and sniff. All right. Uncanny X-Men 131. So there's a lot of little X-Men spec going on here. So we got this one here. Again, this is a couple of issues later. You get the first cover appearance of the White Cream. So there she goes there. You got the third appearance of Kitty. You get Jean Grey, who joins the Hellfire Club. But pretty much what everybody's really talking about is this is the second appearance of Dazzler. So this is the other Dazzler book that's there. So yeah. Thank you, Trev. Hashtag first fart. Oh, we got E-Man in the house. What's going on, E-Man? How you doing? Oh, your birthday book. Good. Cool. That's awesome. I'm gonna do a little video on birthday books and see if we could get some people do that. What do you guys think? Would you guys do a little video with what's your birthday book? And if you have it, I know I have mine, so we could do that. Josh, have you found out your birthday book? I know we combed through it a while.
No. I think I think I saw a Doom Patrol book that came out on my birthday month, but I gotta double check.
Okay, cool. All right, so we got that book there. Now we got another book that's a key, but this one's a key because we have a wedding, and it's Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21. This actually has two comics. There is a variant for this one, and the one that you see here is the classic Romita, where it's Peter Parker and Jay. The other one is Spider-Man and the superheroes, from what I remember, right?
I might be getting confused. I think there's a villain one, but that might be
this is the heroes and villains. That's the other one.
Oh, it's both. There's heroes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the other one. But it's cool, man. I like this one. I think I have this one. This is the one I have. Yeah, it's tough to get it on high grade because of the white background, but it's $15. So if you find it, it's a wedding book. It's a popular book. I remember when it came out, they made a big deal about it. They made the wedding in Shea Stadium. I remember that. Because he's from Queens, they did the whole wedding ceremony, and the superheroes were there, so that was pretty fun. I could imagine what the crowd in attendance was like. Some people probably liked it, some people didn't, I bet.
I mean, it's almost like people like their superheroes when they get married.
I had no problem with Peter getting married. My personal opinion. At this time, I started collecting comics, so I had no problem with this one.
And I would say not only getting married is like the easy part. Staying married is what seems to be tricky for Marvel to wrap their heads around.
I've been doing it for 20 years, guys. It's possible. Okay, here's another book that's on the list that we're seeing some dips, but it's still relevant, and that's Star Wars Kanan, the Last Padawan, featuring the first cameo appearances of pretty much the Rebels, without saying their names. So, again, this book is going for about $50. Do you think this book has the momentum to grow, or is it actually? It seems to be dying down now.
I think if they announced like an Ezra movie or something,
it's going to go up again. Ezra movie.
So
maybe a Rebels movie.
I don't see them doing a Rebels movie because half the Rebels are dead.
It's not that hard. You just make new Rebels.
Oh, it's just you can
always make new Rebels.
Maybe.
Let's rebel.
So part of the problem Star Wars is happening right now is they're doing content after Episode 6, but they can't do anything to interfere with Episode 7, 8, and 9. So they're kind of, they're kind of stuck in that
hole. Yeah, they're kind of stuck in that hole.
For example, you can't have a Jedi Academy with Ezra and Ahsoka in it because we know everyone dies in, whatever.
Spoiler.
Later on. Spoilers for sequel trilogy.
Okay.
So, maybe.
Let's see.
Maybe.
Okay, so our next book here is Amazing Spider-Man 301. This is another classic Todd McFarlane. This is him homaging 300, but this time with the red costume. All this book is relevant simply because it's the return of the red costume, but it's
Wait,
not Venom.
you call it an homage, but it came out the thing
The
it's
very
homaging came
following
out,
month.
Like, the monthly.
It's still an homage. I don't care how you look at it. The
Can
original
you
is
homage
300.
yourself?
Yes, you can, and he's done it plenty of times.
Doesn't
Come on, let's
homage
talk.
mean paying like tribute to? Like, does it?
Yes.
How do you pay tribute to yourself?
Yeah, well, apparently it's been done, and Rob Liefeld is doing it right now. We haven't even begun to talk about that.
Well, Rob Liefeld really thinks that highly of himself, so it makes sense.
Todd McFarlane got an ego on himself too, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah,
this is
for sure.
this is a month later, so it's the same. Right. It's the same pose. The only difference is it's the red costume, the red and blue, the classic red and blue costume that is back. What I found interesting is that this doesn't continue the Venom story. The Venom story ended at 300. He returns at 315, and then 316 and 17 is a continuation of that story. So that's how stories were. They just cut it off like there. This book is asking for $125 simply because it is a cover book. This is one of those very few books that has a high demand because it's a cover book. Now, this also has a high print run because it's still Amazing Spider-Man. And that book was selling back then. So for $125, would you cough up the money for that?
Oh yeah. This book is not going. It's the iconic, maybe like 1A for 300. It's like the Spider-Man book. Like it's not going down. It's just not.
It's just not. But it's nothing's gonna happen with this book. This book doesn't really have anything that goes with it.
People love Spider-Man, dude. Like
I agree. It's just a classic cover.
Yeah, it's Marvel's best superhero. It's one of the best covers for it. It could go higher.
Right. Speaking of classic covers, Batman 497. This is the classic Bane breaks Batman's back. Every time I look at this classic Kelly Jones cover, I have to say to myself, imagine if a person really looked like that.
Hey, I just saw John Wick 4 last night, and one of the characters it's kind of approaching, you know.
So there are rumors for Bane returning. There's only one person that's very interested in the role, and his name is Dave Bautista. Mm-hmm. Now, to Dave Bautista's credit, he does fit the character to a T, almost to perfection, in my view, because Bautista's Hispanic heritage. Yep. He's a former wrestler, and he's a big dude.
Yep.
No brainer, in my view.
Yeah, it's almost like what's like another great casting we've had recently. Patrick Stewart as Xavier, it's meant to be.
It's meant to give him the mask and then have him take it off, because that's what they always do. They like to show their face. This is one of those books. It's here. I don't know the real reason why it's in the top 10. Why it's in the trending book, but it is. It's a fun book. $15 might be a little high for this book, I think, because I have seen this book plenty of times. This is one of those books that you could find really cheap.
Yep.
All right. Now we get Star Wars Thrawn #1. This one is the origin of Thrawn. The whole purpose about this book, this is in continuity. So this is who Thrawn is today. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So what's so special about it?
Well, so to keep up with the storyline, you had to read this because Thrawn had a bunch of content written about him in Legends. And then they sort of retconned or rewrote his story, and this is part of it. So if you want to really understand where Thrawn is now, it's not sufficient to read the old novels. You got to check out this new content as well.
Yeah, and it's not that expensive. So if you can't get Heir to the Empire, this is probably a good close second, right?
Oh no, yeah. So I mean, Heir to the Empire is no longer canon. So this is if you're just reading, this is the best place to start.
Yep. DVH agrees with me. Yep, I think Dave Bautista will be perfect for Bane. All right. Star Wars 43, we talked about this book here. Another book that still has... It's still not as high as I think it should be. $45 on the high for the first appearance of Lando Calrissian in a comic book. Also, the second appearance of Boba Fett.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, Speaking of books that are hard to find in high grade,
Mhm.
Star Wars comics are tough. They were
Yeah,
not treated as
totally not.
collector's items at all.
Mhm.
And you know, Star Wars has always been popular since day one, but of course, it really took off in the '90s with the re-release in theaters and the
Mhm.
prequels and so on. So
Yeah.
to get a high grade of this for $40, do it.
Okay, so Eman is correcting me. He said that Batista is actually Filipino Greek. However, that Hispanic reference isn't too far. Thanks, Spain.
I mean, Filipinos people speak Spanish. Correct me if I'm wrong. So
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
pushback.
Okay, there we go. All right, our next book here is new to the list. We got 2 books that are new to the list, and that's Harley Quinn Black, White, Red, number 3. This is a variant cover by Stanford Green. Stanford Green is one of these artists. He has kind of a hip hop flair to his style. He's been doing this for a very
Mhm.
long time. What do you think about this cover? It has that cage feel to it.
Yeah. So I think this was a low
1 in 25.
low print run. I think the issue 1 for this series,
Mm-hmm.
people ordered a lot of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then sort of there's fewer 1 in 25s now, and now they're up to issue 3. So
Yeah.
given the fact that it's rare, it's not returnable, this book either, you really had to kind of believe in it. If you want to order this, it's rare, people want it, it's going to show up on this list.
And it's one of those anthology series. Anthology series are fun. The Black, White, Redder series. It's weird how both Marvel and DC are doing them. I think that's just a weird thing that they're both doing the same gimmick. However,
Yeah.
it's a great style. He has a great style. I'm with C Bizzle. He does have an amazing art style. I met him a couple of times, and he has that nice graffiti style to it. Speaking of great artists, Roscoe in the house. Unfortunately, there will not be a Between the Lines today, so Roscoe gets to hang out and rest up a little bit. All right, but I wish he would do another book. You'll see more from Stanford Green, I'm sure. He's a pretty busy guy. All right, let's talk about the last book on this list, the surprise book of the week, I would say. What's going on with Wolverine 37? Why is this book so on demand now?
So Marvel thought they would throw us a bone. It said here's a surprise, 1 per store or 2 per store, as it says in some cases, version variant for Wolverine 37.
Mm-hmm.
So this was not announced in advance. If you were looking carefully, you would see a free promo on your
Mm-hmm.
invoice, but you didn't know what it was until you opened it up. It's a polybag version of the Greg Capullo cover for Wolverine 37. So 1 per store, a Wolverine variant or version, that equals people paying big bucks for this.
Yeah, and it's a Greg Capullo, so it's Greg Capullo back on Marvel, which he hasn't been in a very long time.
Yeah.
As you said, it's a polybag. Now you said 1 per store, but some stores got 2. What's the reason why? Like in your case, why did some people get 2 comics?
So it's possible to order Marvel from either Diamond or Penguin. They both distribute Marvel comics. If you get things from both of them, like me, you ended up with 1 from each distributor.
Yeah, and as far as the quality of the books, one of the hard things about this book is that not all of them were treated with care. Is that correct?
That happened, yeah. So a couple things happened there. One is you may be a store like me and your copy is just, it has spine ticks. There's nothing you can do. You can't get a replacement. You can't, whatever. You're not going to get a refund for something you didn't order.
Mm-hmm.
If you do find a high grade for this, it might be rarer than you think. So just be careful. Keep an eye out.
So there's actually no number count of this book, but if you determine the amount of stores that exist, right, and the potential that let's just say each store has 2 accounts, right, because like you said, Penguin and Diamond, right.
Mm-hmm.
The possibility that there's about 1,300 stores out there, so there's a possibility that there's no more than 3,000 copies of this book.
Oh, and, yeah, less than that.
Less than 3,000 copies, right? So this is one of those books that there's less than 3,000 copies, and because of the shipping situation, to get a high grade of this book means that this $40 price tag is probably going to be the best price tag you're going to find right now.
For sure. Yeah, like I said, just you know, be mindful when you're especially if you're buying online. Get a scan. Don't get a blurry photo. Make sure you know what you're buying and you know what you're getting.
Cool. But those are the books for this week. Let's go ahead and go back on our. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff, man. I think this week is a good week for comics. I think it's a great week for the industry as a whole because the comic books we're seeing are actually comic books that people like to read. It's not because of a movie. There was some movie spec there, obviously, with the Aquaman stuff and stuff like that. But overall, it's not too bad, man. So just to remind everybody, we are part of the Monday night lineup. Our next show is going to be Scotty Vaughn, who's going to get started in about 15 minutes. He's going to have the crew from Only Slabs, the Chris the Comic Vet, and Rob Fatstacks. I'm looking forward to watching a little bit of that one. Also, they're going to be talking a little bit about comics curing cancer. Talking about comics curing cancer, I will be part of the Comics Curing Cancer event, and this is a virtual event that's going to be going on October 20th to the 22nd. We're going to have guests, auctions, original art. We're going to be giving slabs, signed books, giveaways. There's going to be a prize wheel. So if you are interested in donating something, make sure it's quality stuff. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to give away a T-shirt that no one cares for. And I'll tell you offline about that one if I didn't tell you already. But go ahead and, reach out to them at Comics Curing Cancer over on Instagram. And as I mentioned, we are going to be doing something very special for Comics Curing Cancer. We are going to have a very special edition of the Sketchy Show. That's right. We are going to have the Sketchy Show. It's going to be a live art show that we are going to be sketching. And anything that's going to be done at the show, we are going to be donating it for an auction. So you will be able to auction out. You'll be able to pick up stuff from the Sketchy Show, the art that you see happening at the moment. I don't have a guest list just yet, but I do know a couple of people that already said that they were going to be part of it in some way. So that's going to be fun. Great stuff. Again, make sure you tag it. I will put the stream up sooner or later. We're talking about October 20th, so that's what's going to happen. Josh, tell us a little bit about The Woods Live.
The Woods Live is a website where I sell books. You can find all new releases coming out every week from there. And super special announcement, this week I have launched a new subscription service. So we talk about keys all the time on this channel. What I have set up is a subscription service where you can pay a certain amount per month, and I will ship you every key that comes out every week. So you can get weekly shipping or monthly shipping. It's either $25 a week or $100 for the month, and you'll get shipping at different cadences. And you don't have to do what we do and figure out, oh, what's a key? What's not a key? What are people going to want? I do all that work for you. I ship it out, stick it in a closet somewhere, come back a year later. You're going to be very pleased.
Wow, key subscription. That's something cool. This is the first time I hear about this. That's exciting news, man.
It is exciting, right. Yes. Going out to the Woods.live.
That's right. So also keep in mind, we do have the Whatnot show. Josh has a Whatnot show. You did one already, right? You had one earlier today?
I did one today. We may do another.
All right. So if you want to get your books here and you can't go to a comic book shop, you can go to Josh's store. The Woods Collectible, we'll give you $15 if it's your first time. So take advantage of that opportunity. All right. Let's take a look. Oh, look at great plug. There you go. Good stuff there. All right. And yeah, just like we said, we got a Sketchy. Roscoe, I expect you to be part of the Sketchy Show. So I'm already committing you to that date, man. So all right. Let's take a look at what's in the top 10. So with that said, let's see. Wolverine, man, has he ever been this popular before? Like,
Yes.
seriously. I can't even tell you how many Wolverines I saw here, but what is it? Helverine is
I think you
extremely
mean to
popular.
say, has Wolverine been this popular since the 90s? I think that's what you meant to say.
No, since the 2000s.
Okay,
Because
sure.
that's when
sure.
X-Men came out. All right. And yeah, we definitely got confirmation that Roscoe will be at the show. Cool. My fellow nominee for the CBCA awards. All right. So any standouts in that list? We didn't even mention Fish Flies. I know that much.
I can't talk about Fish Flies. There's nothing else.
Well, what happened with Fish Flies is that it was recalled, and retailers like yourself were asked to destroy it. So you cannot comment on whether or not that actually happened.
That's correct.
What we should do is, like, whenever an era book comes out, we should just do like a mass burning of the books, just to show, look, destroyed. And it'll be like the seduction of the innocents all over again.
So you don't have to burn them. You can just tear the covers off. That's what we
Oh.
usually do. But if you have a fireplace, I suppose.
But wouldn't it how cool that be? Just burn all these comic books. Burn the ship down. Anyway. Any standouts besides those books?
A couple of books from that have stayed on the list, right? Like that Spider-Gwen.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful cover, by the way.
Yeah. There was a Star Wars book in there, 1 in 25 from Bjorn Berens, one of my favorite artists.
Bounty
a little
Hunters.
bit of this, a little bit of that. Pretty cool.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, so those are really good books. The Spider-Gwen is an annual, so that's why the book is on high demand. It's had a low print run, and therefore it's a 1 in 100. I can only imagine how many of those books are there.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot.
And it can't be that much. All right, let's take a look at this week's books, guys. All right, let's get things started with Marvel. We'll try to go as quickly as possible with these books here. So, starting with Marvel, 18 titles. You got The Wedding of the Year, Invincible Iron Man number 10. This is, as you can see here, there's multiple covers. How many covers are there, to be precise? Too many?
Oh, I mean, from Marvel directly, there's actually not that many, but there are a million retailer covers for this.
Yeah. So what do you think about this wedding?
Yeah, I mean, like I was joking today, and I was flipping through Marvel previews. It seems like they're still married as far away as Iron Man 13. So if you took the over under at 3 months, you're already, you took the under, you're out. Yeah, I don't know. It's like two dysfunctional people getting married. Like, how could this possibly work? But we'll see.
I'm more on the lines of, because I don't know what's this story really about, right? I really don't. I haven't been paying attention to this story. Did she brainwash him? Is he doing it willingly? What's going on?
I can kind of catch you up there. So after Fall of X, the world hates mutants again, right?
Okay.
So what they're doing is they're sort of arranging a marriage to show that the Avengers still support the main X-Men team. So that's kind of what's happening here.
Yeah. Okay. So it's political. It's a political way. Boring. Also, you got Avengers 5 Ultimate Invasion. Is this the last issue of the crossover of this crossover event, or are we getting more? Ultimate Invasion.
Ultimate Invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last issue of this miniseries, and we got some other Ultimate books coming out down the line. So keep an eye out for that.
So, including an Ultimate Spider-Man book, right?
By Jonathan Hickman, correct.
And Hickman Ultimate Spider-Man. Is that Miles? Or is it all new Peter?
To see.
Yeah. Because we don't need another Spider-Man. We really don't need one.
We could get a switcheroo. It may be about one character, and then you open it up and it's about another character.
All right. Also, you got Avengers Annual number 1 that's coming out this week. The Immortal Thor issue 2. We talked earlier about X-Men Days of Future Past. Doomsday issue number 3. Blade issue number 3 is also out this week. Moon Knight City of the Dead 3 is out as well. And you have Jean Grey issue number 2. Miss Marvel, the New Mutant issue number 2. Realm of X issue number 2, and Death of Venomverse number 5. Now, with Death of Venomverse, we're gonna have a cover. There's a variant cover for this book featuring Kid Venom. Is this the first cover, or do we've seen it before? Because I'm not 100% certain.
No, not Kid Venom. You might be thinking, well, there are variants for this.
Okay.
So what we did have this week was a second printing of Death of Venomverse 2 with Kid Venom on the cover.
Okay, that's the one.
Now, Death of Venomverse 5, I think the variant to look out for is there is a Venomized Jeff the Landshark variant.
You know we got to get that.
That might be the one to grab.
We want us some Jeff. All right, Storm number 5, Spider-Man India number 4, Marvel Unleashed issue number 2, Miracle Man by Gaiman and Buckingham, Silver Age issue number 6, and over at the Star Wars universe, you got Dr. Aphra 36 and The Mandalorian season 2 issue number 4. All right, the Dark Joy storyline is going pretty well, hasn't it?
It's crazy, man. Like, these robots are not playing around. Everyone definitely get this story. It's crazy.
They're Terminators in a nutshell, right?
They're more like the Borg. They're assimilating. They're assimilating all the droids. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are your Marvel books. Over at DC, there's 15 titles in DC Comics, starting with The Flash, issue number 1. What do you think so far? Did you get a chance to take a look at the book? I know you have copies already.
I haven't had a chance to read this, but Mike Deodato art, a bunch of great covers. Can't go wrong.
Yep. And we're going to be giving away the foil tonight. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to be doing that in a few. Also, you have Power Girl number 1. All right. This is another Power Girl story. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of covers for this one too.
Yep. Bunch of covers. There's once again the foil. There's a Sozo Micah. There's a lot of good stuff going on in this one.
Cool. Detective Comics 1074 as well as Action Comics 1057. We got Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War, Red Hood number 1. This is a connecting story to the Batman Gotham War. Green Arrow 4, Batman Brave and the Bold 5, The Unstoppable Doom Patrol 6. Now, this has now been pushed to 7 issues. It was originally...
Yes, so this is the second to last issue.
So we are the penultimate edition of Unstoppable Doom Patrol.
Yep.
All right. Tales of the Titans, we're going to be featuring Donna Troy. I always liked Donna Troy. She was always a cool character to me. The Penguin issue number 2 by Tom King. That's actually a really good story. And we're seeing where Penguin is taking, what he's done because he faked his own death and now he's back. So a lot of stuff going on there. Also, Harley Quinn issue 32, Spirit World 5, and then we have Batman Beyond Neo Gothic number 3, Wildcats 11, and Static Shadows of Dakota issue number 6. And those are your DC books. Over at Image Comics, we have only 11 titles, and that includes all the other books that go with Image, like Skybound or Top Cow. Starting with Rat Queen, Sisters, Warriors, and Queens. A new number 1. What's the story with Rat Queens?
Rat Queens, I haven't come up with. I got to I don't remember.
Yeah, there you have it, guys. You heard it here. All right,
it could be about anything.
It could be about it could be about rats. Maybe. All right, but a book that everybody likes to read is Void Rivals. Issue number 4 is out this week. I'm sure there's a lot of covers for this one as well.
Actually, there's not as many as you think.
Well, I guess there'll be
not the mini covers, but keep an eye out for second, third, fourth printings of this.
Yeah, Monsters 48, Firepower 27. Also, what's the furthest place from here? Number 14, New Bird. Number 11, not Newberg, New Burn. The Dead Lucky, number 9. The Schlub issue number 2. Kaptara, Universal Truth.
Yeah.
Savage Strength of the Starstorm, number 5. Summoner's War Awakenings issue number 6, and those are your Image titles. All right, so now we go to our other indie titles over at IDW. They got 8 titles. Dark Horse has 5, Boom has 5, Antarctic Press has 4, Diamond has 3, and Mad Cave has 2. So let's take a look at them quickly. Starting with IDW, you got Sonic the Hedgehog, Amy's 30th anniversary special. I did not know Amy's been around that long. In fact, I don't think anybody talks about Amy that much.
I mean, it's 2023, so 30 years ago was what, 1993?
Yeah, exactly. Amy's been around that long?
I mean, Sonic was out on Sega Genesis, yeah,
I didn't know
around
Amy
that
was that
time.
long.
So yeah.
I didn't know Amy was that old, though.
And there Sonic, what maybe some people don't realize, Sonic has had a long or not an old anime out since forever. There has been Sonic comics and different magazines and stuff. So there's plenty of Sonic content out there.
Okay. Brand new book, Star Trek Day of Blood Shacks. Best Day, number 1. Star Trek 12 and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 5. Also, Godzilla War for Humanity, number 2. Bride 3, My Little Pony 17, and Stark Spaces, the Hollywood Special, number 2. Over at Dark Horse, you have Usagi Yojimbo, Ice and Snow, number 1. The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos, number 4. Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, number 9. Didn't Amy debut in Sonic CD? Well, I don't know. You tell me.
Squishy Potato, I happen to know he's a Sonic expert, so he would know.
He would know, right?
Yeah.
All right. Also, we have Black Hammer, The End, number 2, Masquerade, number 8, and for Dark Horse, over at Boom Studios, you have Stuff of Nightmares, Red Murder, number 1. That's coming out this week. Getting ready for that Halloween pop that's coming up. Books here. Atlas Never After, issue number 3. Also, you have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 112, The Expanse, Dragon Tooth number 5, Creed, The Next Round, issue number 4. Over at Anarchy Press, you have Kaiju Cooking number 1. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Kaiju and cooking. I want to see Godzilla in an apron.
Well, you got to read this book.
You know what I'm saying? Godzilla in an apron. You can't go wrong. Valkyrie Saviors, Key of Storms number 1. Magazine number 15, and Mary Machine Gun number 2. Over at Dynamite, you have Elvira and Monsterland number 5, Vampirella Dracula Rage number 2, and Betty Page number 4. Titan Comics, you have Conan the Barbarian number 3, Blade Runner 2039, issue number 7. And over at Mad Cave, you have another Halloween themed book, which is Tales from the Cave number 1. That's pretty interesting cover. I kind of like it. And Exorcist Never Die, issue number 6. And then we have in Oatmeal Press, you have Rick and Morty number 9, Rick and Morty Heart of Rickness number 3, Zedscope has Bella's Curse number 1, and The Ribbon Queen number 3 over at AEW Upshot. Over at Blood Moon Comics, you have Gunbreed number 2, Rebellion has Battle Action number 5, Frank Miller, Ancient Enemies number 6, and Vault Comics has Sainted Love number 1. I feel like singing the song Tainted Love when I see Sainted Love, right?
Yeah.
All right. Ahoy Comics has Second Coming Trinity number 6. Scott Comics has By the Horns, Dark Earth 12. Frank Fazel's Death Dealers issue 15. And over in Advark Vandermeer, you have Hellbot number 1, featuring Cerebus dressed up as Hellboy. That should be interesting. All right. And those are your books for this week. Some good books, I'll say. Nothing too crazy. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the real story of the week is the variant cover. So just for everyone out there, keep your eyes peeled. Look out for some sweet variants out there.
All right, guys. We're about to wrap up the show right now. But before we go, we promised you something. And that is... You guys know what you have to do. You got to put hashtag IzzyverseNYC to qualify. And as of right now, I don't think anybody has put it. Everybody's been waiting.
Nobody put it in chat.
Nobody has put it in chat. They forgot all about it. And we did
Let
say
me
there
put
was
it
a
in
giveaway.
chat. I should try to win.
Try to win your own comic?
Yeah. Well, shipping will be real cheap.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and at this moment, put in hashtag IzzyverseNYC. Las Cruces is the first to put it in. Congrats. Las Cruces. Okay, now we're getting people coming in and stuff like that. So just to remind everybody, we are going to be giving away. Let's go ahead and zoom while we do that. Let's go ahead and show you what we're going to be giving away. And
come on, guys, get that hashtag in so we
get
can
that
end the show.
hashtag
Come
in.
on.
We gotta end the show. We got Wonder Woman signed by Tom King. This was gonna come with a COA. You have the X-Men Alex Ross homage with Wolverine and Cyclops cover. We are also going to give the official Marvel Studios Collector Special WandaVision. That's going away today. Over in your end, Josh, what we're giving away over there?
We got a Flash #1 foil. Ken, you're missing a C at the end. Don't forget that.
Yeah, don't forget that C. It's New York City.
Yeah.
And look at my background's even going crazy. Look at that. There we go. Fix the background a little bit there. Screw it. Anyway, I'll get this closer. So make sure we got 5 entries, man. 5 entries. That doesn't happen that often. We could get more people. Look at this thing. This thing just doesn't want to work today. Yeah, you got to see my background.
Run it. Like, if people are
you
not
say
paying
run
attention.
It?
Like,
well, we got 7 people currently watching. People are getting ready for other things, I guess. I want to get this screen to work, and everybody's looking at me. I just realized that. All right, there we go. So we got 7 people. We got 8 people watching. 6 entries. This is going to be one of the simple ones, right? All right. So again, I guess we're going to have to run it, right? So we'll see if you are a channel member or if you left a super chat of any size, you qualify to get a sketch comic book by yours truly. So keep that in mind, guys. So we got 6 people in the drawing. Let's run it. Let's go ahead and run it. It's quiet day today. Let's see who wins it. If Squishy Potato wins, I'll be happy. Because he has yet to win, has he? But it's Green Machine. Yeah, congratulations, Larry. I think Larry's still a channel member, so if he's a channel member, we got to give him a sketch comic book. So we got Wonder Woman #1. We're going to be giving the sketch comic for that one. Congratulations, Larry, one more time. Josh, where can we find you, man?
Check out the website, thewoods.live, for new releases every week.
All right. Also on Whatnot, What's Collectible. And we'll be doing some more stuff throughout the week. I have some videos to show you guys coming up. If you haven't had a chance to see it yet, take an opportunity right now and watch the Overstreet Access Ultimate App for Comic Collected. I have this tremendous interview I did with Scott Stipple, who is the director of, I can't even remember the title he had, but he definitely showed us a little bit about the Overstreet Access. It's a really, really good informative video for the Overstreet Access app that you could get not only in mobile, you could use it on the internet as well, on the computer, on the browser. So it's really good, really helpful. Go check it out. If you're a retailer, you get a free subscription as well. So a lot of good stuff, man. Until next time, Josh, I'll see you when I see you. I'll probably see you tomorrow, right?
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Excelsior.